Hey, it looks like we're live. That came quick and sudden. You know, it's been so long since I've done an update. I'm tempted to explain why it's taken me so long, but then I'm like, no, I don't want to. I just want to hop in and talk rock. So that's what we're going to do. This is our first classic guitar rock daily update in what seems like forever. Guys, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. So let's jump right into it. Tom Petty. Tom Petty, he's like Joe Walsh. This is my own personal opinion. Everyone likes Tom Petty. Everyone likes Joe Walsh. Tom Petty's one of those guys everyone likes. I like him. Of course, he died in 2017, and we didn't like that. But Mike Campbell, longtime collaborator and guitar player, Mike Campbell, awesome dude. He was in Fleetwood Mac for a while. Remember that? So he talked about Petty's passing in a recent interview with a guitar player. And he said he could only do so much with Tom Petty. I mean, I don't know if people are thinking he could have kept it from happening. That's crazy. But Tom talked about it. And he says, quote, with Tom, it was like, your private life is yours and mine is mine. I can see what you're doing, but out of respect for you, I'll trust you'll do the right thing. If you need me, call me. Now, what's he talking about? Well, it's no secret that Tom Petty had been using drugs to manage the pain he had from a fractured hip. So there was that. He had marriage problems going on. So he was self-medicating, they call it. It is what it is. Unfortunately, he passed away. Mike Campbell continues, I could have said, hey, you've got to cut this stuff out. You could say that, and he would just look at you like, but I'm Tom Petty. I'm going to do whatever I effing want. Get out of my face. He continues, Tom made his own decisions about what he wanted, even to the last tour. That was his decision. He wanted to go on tour. Nobody was going to tell him no for any reason. We suggested to him that we could postpone the tour, but he said, nope, I'm doing this. And, they asked Mike, well, do you think the tour contributed to his death? Campbell says, I don't torture myself. My conscience is clear because Tom knew that I knew, and Tom knew that I wasn't forcing him and getting in his face about it. He says, the last conversation I had with Tom about it, I said, are you sure you want to do this? Are you up to it? He said, I'm not staying home. I'm going out. I want to do it. If I have to be in a wheelchair, I'm going to do it. I said, okay, then what? He said, well, when the tour's over, I'm going to get my surgery. We'll write some more songs. We'll make another record. And Campbell finally says, so I have no second thoughts about it. I don't beat myself up like that. I did all I could. So there you go. Again, Tom Petty, great guy. Speaking of performing in wheelchairs. Now, I don't mean to sound insensitive. I don't mean to sound crass. Don't think I'm a big fat jerk for saying this. But have you seen any footage of Heart's Royal Flush Tour that's going on right now? I saw some, and I'm just being honest. It kind of made me sad. Not because Anne is sitting in a wheelchair, because she's in a wheelchair. But I saw a clip of her performing alone. How do I get you alone? Okay, what I just did right there sounded better than Anne sounds. I'm just throwing it out there. Again, not trying to be harsh. But when you think of Ann Wilson, one of the greatest vocalists ever, male, female, I don't care. Ann Wilson, one of the greatest rock vocalists ever. She doesn't have it anymore. Okay. Lou Gramm doesn't have it anymore. Not being blunt, not trying to be mean, but at some point, when you get to your 70s, you might not have it anymore, and that's okay. It's okay. But yeah, kind of sad to see that footage that I saw. She was really struggling. When I have a chance to talk about my favorite guitar player, Michael Schenker, I'm going to do it. Michael Schenker has announced U.S. dates in support of his new album, My Years with UFO. Okay, Michael Schenker's last 20 years of his career has been like retrospectives, like this is my years with UFO. And then he's done a tour with I'm the best, called I'm the best guitar player ever or whatever. I don't remember what they're all called. Temple of Rock. Again, love Schenker, my favorite guitar player. But Michael has continually shot himself in the foot by having a album by committee, tour by committee approach, right? Had Michael Schenker kept one of his awesome singers, and I don't care, it could have been Graham Bonnet, who would have been my personal favorite, Graham Bonnet, Gary Barden, Robin McCauley, Doogie White. If he would have just kept one of those dudes, just keep him and make an album with him. And then guess what? Keep a bass player and a drummer. Every single album Schenker has done, it's like completely different guys, not just the albums, the tours, the concerts. He'll take like 5 lead singers with him on a show. No identity. Okay. To the regular pedestrian music consumer, there's no consistency. Lead singers are so important. Even though he's had some great lead singers, he's had so many of them. There is not a recognizable Michael Schenker band sound because it's constantly revolving. Just going to throw that out there. Michael, come on. Let's just find a lineup and stick with it for at least 2 or 3 albums in a row. That's my advice to you. He's not calling and asking me, but I'm going to give it to him unsolicited. I feel like that intervention needs to happen, right? So they're going out on this new tour, My Years with UFO. So he's going to be doing all the great UFO songs. Love to Love by UFO. That might be my favorite song of all time. I mean, and it's like a ballad, but dude, that song just rocks in such a ballady kind of way. It just rips. And that showcases how great a guitarist the mighty Michael Schenker is. It's wonderful. So, guess who his opening band is? This is kind of cool for all of us 80s throwback dudes. Armored Saint opening for the mighty Michael Schenker. The trek begins September 5th in Orlando. So we got time. It concludes on October 12th. It's not a long tour in Houston. Armored Saint will join from October 2nd through October 12th. So probably someone else will be opening before that. And let me see here. He released the album here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. He released the album, My Years with UFO, last September. The star-studded LP features re-recorded versions of songs from the guitarist's brief but significant tenure with the band UFO, which yielded classics such as Lights Out, Too Hot to Handle, Doctor Doctor, and Rock Bottom, and of course the aforementioned Love to Love. But here's the problem. Okay, again, nothing against these singers, but it's like this whole committee approach, not the best way to do it. Guests on the album include Dee Snider. Dee sings the song. Joe Lynn Turner, who's awesome. Joe Lynn Turner still sings great. Slash, Axl Rose. Axl Rose sings Love to Love and does a great job. I mean, I got to say, he does a great job. But again, pick a band and stay with it. But I'm always excited when Schenker goes out on tour. So if you have a chance to see Michael Schenker in whatever permutation, go see him. But I'm just saying, for long-term success, Mike, dude, find a band and stick with them. That's all I'm saying. The Doobie Brothers, they've released their first new song to feature Michael McDonald on vocals in over 45 years. So there's a new Doobie Brothers album called Walk This Road. I listened to this new single with Michael McDonald. It's called Learn to Let Go. It's good. It's smooth. It's kind of, think about what Michael McDonald brought to the Doobie Brothers. And there's some debate about this. Some people not big fans of Michael McDonald and the Doobies because it really changed the sound of the band. They became more of a pop, I don't want to pop jazzy, thing versus the more of a almost a Southern rock thing they were before, right? Both versions are good. Don't get me wrong. I like them. I love Mike McDonald. And surprisingly enough, if you can believe this, Mike McDonald sounds even more Mike McDonald-y now. I mean, you think about the cliche Mike McDonald we make fun of. He's even more over the top Mike McDonald. And I think that's cool because, I mean, I like Mike McDonald. I mean, he's Mike McDonald. Dude, check it out. And his hair is like fluorescent white. I don't know if you've seen him lately. His hair and his beard. He's like, he could be Santa Claus, but he still can sing. It's awesome. You need to check that out. Got some touring news. Little Feat. It's funny. Last night on X, we did one of those X spaces where you do like it's a kind of a live chat thing. We did it. And we were talking about Little Feat last night. One of the guys on the call, because I said, hey, I knew that Little Feat is like doing new music and doing a tour. Is it legit Little Feat? Obviously, Lowell, the lead guitarist, he passed away years ago. But this guy said, I think other than the guitar player, it's like original members. And he said he saw them a while back and they were awesome. So there you go. So if you have a chance to see Little Feat, they're releasing their new album called Strike Up the Band on May 9th. So Little Feat was a good band. They were one of those bands that never really got the acclaim they should have, but they were a great band. More touring news. Again, we talked about these guys last night also. Remember Cinderella? Shake me! Wow, night! Yeah, they're Tom Kiefer. I don't know why bands won't call me to be their singer. I haven't gotten any calls. But Tom Kiefer will hit the road this summer and fall for a U.S. tour. And again, for us 80s people, Gen Xers, this is made for us. The support act is L.A. Guns. Whew. That's a night of 80s rock goodness right there. The joint trek begins on August 28th in Louisville, Kentucky. It's Louisville, not Louisville. It's Louisville, something like that. Starts August 28th in Louisville, Kentucky, and concludes on October 4th in Stroudsburg, PA. Tickets for some dates are available now. Others go on sale to the general public on Friday. Check out Kiefer's website to get all the info you need. Cinderella, obviously they're lumped in with the hair band thing, which is not a bad. I like hair bands. Nothing wrong with hair bands. But they brought a little more. They were like to me between like a Poison, which was full on hair band. Not bad. Again, not bad. Poison. Say you got Poison and GNR up here. GNR, not quite a hair band. They had more rough around the edges, more swagger. Cinderella's kind of in between there, right? Not quite as swaggery as Guns N' Roses, but more grit than like your Poison. Does that make sense? I think that's spot on. They kind of had some Rolling Stones, Aerosmith vibe. Not quite as much as GNR, but a little more. And Kiefer he still plays and he's still out there. You need to check him out. Finally, I'm excited about this. Spinal Tap 2. The long-awaited sequel to 1984's rock mockumentary, This Is Spinal Tap, set for release on September 12th. Guys, remember the whole premise of Spinal Tap, This Is Spinal Tap in 84, was that this is an aging rock band, dinosaurs that are coming back and trying to make another go at it. Guys, that was what, 40 years ago? Whew, they're really old now. But that's kind of the whole point of this movie. A brief teaser for the movie. You can check that out on YouTube or whatever. And you'll notice they have amps that do, in fact, go past 11 now. Okay. So check that out. David St. Hubbins, who's Michael, played by Michael McKean, Nigel Tufnell, Christopher Guest, Derek Smalls, Harry Shearer, are all confirmed to return for the new movie, along with some real rock stars, Paul McCartney and Elton John. I have my doubts, right, that this is going to be, the cool thing about the original Spinal Tap was it was kind of underground, right? It was not a big, it kind of snuck up on people. In fact, I remember the first time I went and watched it, I had a buddy with me who was not really into music. He just went along because it literally took him like halfway through the movie till he realized it was fake. Because he was like, how could these guys be so dumb? And I'm like, dude, it's fake. This is not real. He's like, oh, but anyways, that was the magic of it, right? It just kind of came as a surprise to people, and we were all just pleasantly overjoyed by it. Paul Schaefer's Artie Fufkin and Fran Drescher's Bobby Fleckman are also set to return in the new movie. And hopefully there'll be some more drummers that croak that's what we want to see. It's like going to NASCAR. Don't lie to me. When we watch NASCAR, we watch it for the wrecks, don't we? We watch Spinal Tap for the exploding drummers. Let's just be honest, okay? You can also expect new music from Spinal Tap. And there could even be some Elton John and Paul McCartney songs in this could be really cool, or it could be really dumb, like Blues Brothers Beyond. Remember that? That was really bad. Okay, so anyways, that's coming up in September 12th. I think that'll be fun. Guys, I feel like a broken record. I sound like a broken record. Check out Classic Guitar Rock Radio. Okay, check it out. Give it a listen. You'll like it. You'll enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. Thanks for all your support. And as always, hey, it's great to be back. Live long and prosper. We'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.